You told me the story of the war, when the ground shook and the sky burned, of the ones that survived, who awoke to a different world.
It's official. Sequels to Alita Battle Angel are happening. Alita Battle Angel 2 is finally on the way, and it's shaping up to outdo the original 2019 movie in many ways. We have been waiting nearly 6 years since the first film hit theaters, and after endless petitions and calls for a sequel, things seemed to be at a standstill for a long time. It left many wondering if it would ever happen. James Cameron recently hinted at Alita Battle Angel 2 and 3 while talking about a pretty unexpected topic: selling his California mansion. He explained that the move made sense since he's been working in Wellington on Avatar and in Austin on the new Alita Battle Angel films. Cameron, who wrote and produced the 2019 movie, had teased sequels before, but news dried up not long after the first film came out. Now his mention of working on Alita projects and using films in the plural strongly suggests multiple movies are in the works. And more recently, Jeff Fahey gave an optimistic update about the possibility of Alita 2. In a recent For Due Justice, he was asked about the sequel, and he said he's definitely interested in returning. He even hinted that he might be working with Robert Rodriguez again on a new project. Fahey shared, "I enjoy working with Robert. We've done 7 projects together so far, and we're hoping to team up again this summer. Fingers crossed, we might be heading into Alita Battle Angel 2. And it's not entirely surprising that the project is gaining momentum again. With the recent success of 20th Century Studios' big hits like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Alien Romulus, along with Disney's ongoing partnership with Cameron for the Avatar franchise, the stars seem to be aligning for Alita 2. The 2019 movie Alita Battle Angel, based on the beloved manga Battle Angel Alita, teamed up director Robert Rodriguez with writer James Cameron for an epic sci-fi adventure packed with jaw-dropping VFX and action. We fans of the manga loved it, and while it did well both critically and commercially, it wasn't without its flaws. Fortunately, Battle Angel 2 has the chance to iron out those issues and set the stage for a franchise comeback that could easily top the original. One big thing working in Alita Battle Angel 2's favor is that the original has now developed a cult following. When it first came out, the movie wasn't a huge hit. It did okay at the box office, but its February release date and bold, exaggerated style didn't quite connect with general audiences. Over time, though, Alita has built a dedicated online fandom that's super passionate about the film. This means the sequel already has a loyal audience ready to show up, giving it the potential to perform even better at the box office than the first movie. Proof of Alita's cult following lies in its recent resurgence on Netflix. 5 years after its original release, the film climbed to 6th place on Netflix's global top 10 films for the week of November 4th to 10th. It pulled in 3.9 million views and 8 million hours watched during that period. This puts it ahead of titles like The Secret Life of Pets, Just Go With It, The Angry Birds Movie 2, and Harold and the Purple Crayon, while trailing behind films like Meet Me Next Christmas and Time Cut. This renewed interest highlights the movie's enduring appeal and its ever-growing fan base. Another exciting prospect for Alita 2 is the chance to dive deeper into characters like Gelda and Jashugan. In the first movie, these roles were little more than cameos, with Michelle Rodriguez playing Gelda and Jai Courtney as Jashugan. Giving these characters a bigger focus in the sequel could significantly enrich the story and world-building. Plus, bringing Rodriguez and Courtney into the spotlight would add some much-needed star power to the franchise. While Christoph Waltz and Mahershala Ali brought credibility to the original, having recognizable faces like Rodriguez and Courtney in more prominent roles could help boost the sequel's marketing and box office appeal. This move could not only enhance the film's narrative, but also widen its audience reach. Next up, we've got Edward Norton's Nova stepping in as Alita's real villain. The bad guy in the first movie didn't leave much of an impression, but the sequel is all set to change that by fully introducing Nova. He's a brilliant yet twisted scientist and the ruler of Iron City, pulling the strings behind the challenges Alita faces throughout the series. Norton made a quick cameo as Nova at the end of the 2019 film, hinting at a bigger role in the future. Now with Alita 2 finally on the way, it's time to see Nova take center stage as the main antagonist. Another big reason to get excited about Alita Battle Angel 2 is the chance to finally explore Zalem. This floating city, seen as a paradise above Iron City, played a key role in the first movie's story. Hugo's dream was to reach Zalem, though he tragically never got there. While the 2019 film didn't dive into the city's mysteries, the sequel could change that, making it the perfect way to expand Alita's world and take the story to new heights. Literally. Another reason Battle Angel 2 is shaping up to be even better than the first is that it won't need to spend so much time on setup. The 2019 movie had a lot on its plate, not just telling a compelling story, but also introducing a ton of unique characters and explaining the complex world and its backstory. Now that all the groundwork has been laid, the sequel can dive straight into the action and focus more on the storytelling without having to rehash the manga's premise for the audience. The next reason that Alita 2 will be even better is that face replacement effects have come a long way since the 2019 movie. The first film used a lot of face replacements, like giving Rosa Salazar a manga-inspired face and putting Jai Courtney's head on a huge robotic body. While the effects were impressive back then, technology has advanced a lot in recent years, especially with improvements in de-aging and deepfake tech. These upgrades will make the visual effects in the sequel even more stunning and seamless. Another way Alita 2 will be better is that its story can unfold over multiple films. The first movie had a lot to prove, especially with its big budget, so it had to wrap up its story fairly neatly, even though it left room for sequels. But now that the original film has done well, the sequel can dive deeper into a bigger storyline that spans across multiple films. With James Cameron confirming multiple sequels, it's clear that Alita Battle Angel 2 will be part of a much larger saga. And don't forget, Alita 2 now has Disney's backing, which is known for going all out on marketing. The first movie was a Fox property, released just before the Disney-Fox merger. But now that Disney has greenlit the sequels, it shows their strong confidence in the franchise, especially after the first film's success. With Disney handling the marketing and distribution, the sequel will have a much more powerful support system, giving it a better chance for even more success. In 2023, the Walt Disney Company spent a whopping $6.4 billion on advertising. It's probably way more than any other studio. Disney has a solid track record of building successful IP, and if you look at the top 10 highest earning movies, almost all of them are now under Disney's umbrella. Lastly, James Cameron's involvement will give Alita Battle Angel 2 a big boost after the success of his Avatar sequels. When the first Alita Battle Angel came out, Avatar was already a decade old, and Cameron hadn't released anything new in a while. But with Alita 2 coming out alongside Cameron's Avatar sequels, it's riding on the momentum of Avatar: The Way of Water's success. Cameron's name will continue to be a huge draw, and since he's writing and producing the sequel, his involvement could help bring even more attention and success to the film. That's all for now. What are you most excited to see in Alita Battle Angel 2? Is it the expanded world building, the deeper character exploration, or the cutting-edge visual effects? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on all the latest movie news. See you next time.